Reggie Miller joining us. Reg on the call for Celtics Bucks Thursday night at 8 Eastern with Kevin Harlan and Kristen Ledlow on TNT. And probably without the Greek freak, Reg joins us now. Good morning, Reg.
You're right. It doesn't get any closer than 50-50, McLovin. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm working with here, Reg?
And by the way, I was going to say this towards the end, but I'm glad Fritzy is back. He gave us all a little scare. He is my Danette brother, so it's good to have him back out of the hospital, back in his normal seat. And, we were praying for you, Fritzy, so
Thanks,
we love
Reggie.
you.
I appreciate that.
That's the only reason why Reg wanted to come on, is
That's
just
it.
say that.
That was it. That's it. Thank you very much. God bless you. Good night. Hey, what a weekend for the Lakers, right?
Okay, more important, Friday or yesterday?
Absolutely Sunday.
Okay.
Because you're hoping and wishing that you'll face Giannis in the Bucks in the finals. That means you've clean sweep the West. More importantly, for them to make a statement on Sunday versus the Clippers, a team you potentially could be seeing in a 7-game series. You got beat down on opening night, and people were questioning LeBron on opening night on our network. You were on the national stage once again on Christmas and lost to the Clippers. So this was a chance for the Lakers, even though it was a Clipper home game, they still play in the same building, to make a statement on a national stage once again, and they made that statement. And more importantly, I saw the role players, because people here in L.A. saying it's always going to be the Clippers because they have the better supporting cast, the better bench. Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams. They added one of the Morris brothers. The supporting cast, people always say, is better with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw on Sunday Avery Bradley, Caldwell Pope. Those guys really step up and take it to a different level. Rondo, who's won a championship in Boston. I think those guys have been hearing those whispers, and they rose to the occasion.
Yeah, I thought Avery Bradley, played a significant role yesterday, but I do think you have to find consistency that you can count on when you get to the postseason. And I said this to John Calipari in the first hour. I said, if Anthony Davis plays the way he's been playing, they'll win the championship. They'll win the championship, in my opinion. LeBron's the most valuable player, but AD will be the reason why they win the championship.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And the thing that gives me great pause and hesitation is Anthony Davis has never really had to go deep, dig deep, especially when hurt. And I always feel he gets these little nagging, gets hit in the midsection or, a little bone bruise here and there where he just, you don't play through it. I'm not questioning his toughness because he's one of the toughest guys and most athletic and talented guys. But, Daniel, he's never had to dig deep, to sacrifice, and he's going to be asked of that on this team. So that is my only question mark is when he gets banged up a little bit, does he have another gear to go to?
Well, he's going to have to come postseason time. They might keep him out for precautionary reasons during the regular season, but I wonder if how important overall home court advantage is to the Lakers. If Greek freaks out for a little while, 70 wins looks like it might be out of the question. Now, do they go for the jugular and they try to get home court advantage throughout the playoffs? How important is that?
I don't think they can catch Milwaukee for the best overall record. I think they want to have the best record in the Western Conference, because when you get to the point when you are in either the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals, either of those two teams can win on your home court. So home court, it only to me matters in a Game 7, and you're hoping it never gets to a Game 7 because either one of those, Milwaukee, if it is Milwaukee, or the Lakers or the Clippers, they feel they can go into your building and get a game and then handle business at home.
What'd you make of Kawhi's performance yesterday?
Paul George got off to the hot start in the first half. I thought he was a little bit passe early on, and I think he tried to go at LeBron late, especially in that fourth quarter. But it's the same thing that we saw in Game 1 when everyone was questioning LeBron because Kawhi went right at him. I just didn't feel the aggressiveness was there for 48 minutes from Kawhi.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Kawhi, the person, but does he not like LeBron?
I have no idea.
Like, it's not a buddy. I'm guessing he respects him, but when he plays, I get the feeling that he doesn't like LeBron James.
Oh, maybe this is history dating back to San Antonio when they had to face each other while they were in Miami twice in the NBA Finals, right? I mean, you kind of build up that tolerance, right? And he's, seen, his body of work for so many years and in big situations, so maybe he has built that up. And now you guys are sharing the same building in the same conference. You guys are 1-2 in the Western Conference, so I'm not saying there's animosity there, but, you have to build up some type of tolerance because at some point in time, they're going to face one another, knock on wood. That's what, the basketball gods in the world is wanting to see, the Lakers and the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. A lot of work has to be done up until this point, but that would be fun basketball to see. I mean, there's so many compelling points that you could the benches, the superstars, the duos, the coaching,
the city.
Doc, people are not talking about Doc and Frank Vogel. It's going to be a chess match as well. And you're right, the city, because I said this opening night, the lines in the sands have been drawn. Either you're a Clipper fan or you're a Laker fan. There's no in between. You can't. It's one or the other, and it's real here in L.A. And the Lakers, playing for something bigger now. Obviously, with Kobe's passing, so there's a lot of little drama storylines that are going on out here in L.A.
I love that Kuzma crowned LeBron when LeBron came out of the game yesterday. I thought that was good.
That MVP, it's funny because I'm having this ongoing rant with one of my coworkers at Turner, and they believe that Giannis should be the unanimous MVP. I'm
unanimous?
Like, no, absolutely not. I said he'll win the MVP, but he can't be unanimous when you still have some flaws in your game. And LeBron has put enough on the plate in people's mind where he's going to get first-place votes. He's the number one team in the West. He's tied, I believe, with Luka Doncic for the most triple-doubles in the league. And he's leading the Lakers back in a resurgence. The guy will deserve first-place votes. No, it's Giannis. Hands down. It's no question. I'm like, no, there's a lot of question marks out here. And especially what he did this weekend. Especially what he did. This was a huge, huge uplifting for the Lakers.
Who's the best point guard in the NBA?
The best point guard in the NBA is probably, when healthy, I like Lillard.
No.
Well, are we considering Luka a point guard?
No, it's LeBron.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right on that. Leads the league in assists.
He's the point guard, and they still. He's going to be first team All NBA at point guard.
No, he'll probably be at small forward.
But no, he plays guard.
He does.
He's a point guard. And why do they even have those positions, Reg? We've talked about this.
No more. You're
center,
right.
forwards, guards. I don't know what Paul George is. I don't know what Luka is. I don't know what LeBron is. So how can I go, the only guy I know is Rudy Gobert is a center. And that's why either he or Embiid or the Joker.
They're sinners.
Yes.
They are sinners. Everyone else is just players. Wing players, small players, and those are too tall. Embiid and Gobert are tall centers.
But there's money attached to those being first team All-NBA or second team All-NBA at your position. You get that super max deal.
Pick the best five. Pick the best five. It's positionless. That's how the game has evolved to. It's positionless basketball.
Okay, who would be your five right now? Season ended, first team All-NBA, no position.
I'm going with Luka, obviously LeBron, Giannis. Question mark on Harden now because of the slip of what Houston is going through. I will go with no Embiid, no Simmons. Man, there's a big drop-off after
I know.
There's a huge drop-off after those three, right?
Yeah.
To me, Luka, LeBron, Anthony Davis I would put in there, so there's 4. And that's...
So we'd only have 4 on the first team All-NBA.
I'm thinking of Boston. Does anyone deserve first team on Boston? No. Miami? No. Toronto? No. Kawhi? But
no. Kawhi's not first team All-NBA. He doesn't play enough.
You can when he does play.
Well, when he does play, but
he does play.
He's a top 5 talent, but he's not. He doesn't. It's like when people.
No one on Denver. I mean, to me, there's only 4: Luka, Giannis, LeBron, AD. After that fifth, it's up for grabs. You could go Harden. You could go Kawhi. At one point, you could go Dame Lillard, but he was hurt for an extended period of time.
Yeah. Speaking of perennial All-Pros, the Nets are a mess now.
Oh my God!
Like, I thought that was part of the reason why Kevin Durant went there was because of that coach and the culture there, and now it feels like Kyrie may have played a heavy hand here in getting that coach fired. Is that a desirable job?
Let me first start by saying this. It's always been a players' league. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Players really dictate.
Well, modern era, yeah, in the last, 20 years, it's certainly been.
Always been a players' league, and players dictate their coaches.
Yeah.
Having said that, for a coach to mutually part ways.
Oh, that's nonsense.
I know, but I'm going by what the language they put out.
Yeah, I know.
And you've got KD and Kyrie potentially coming back next year. We don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but to me it just seems like it was ugly. It really does. Because if you can't wait in anticipation for 2 top 15, 2 top 20 players in Kyrie and KD, something's wrong. Because the culture, what the Nets had done, with Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, these young players and the talent and how hard they played in pushing Philadelphia last year, they were a fun team to watch and root for. And then you get these 2 guys come in. I mean, we kind of saw this a little bit in Boston with Kyrie and the turmoil they had last year, and look how they're playing now. You remove him from the situation, and you put Kemba at the point guard, and it was just a mess. I'm not putting this on the shoulders of Kyrie or KD, but something just doesn't smell right. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't smell right.
No. Talking to Reggie Miller, he's got the Bucks and Celtics Thursday night at 8 Eastern on TNT. This Charles Barkley, Draymond Green beef feels...
Is it really beef?
Well, it feels like Draymond may not have a sense of humor. Like Charles gets paid to do this. Charles is a professional at doing this.
Yes, at trolling.
Yeah, and then Draymond does scoreboard and says Charles has no rings, therefore he has, no authority to be talking about basketball, and Draymond's going to take his job. Draymond should stay in his lane when it comes to that, because Charles is a Hall of Famer at this, like he was a Hall of Famer at basketball.
A couple Emmys, my friend.
Yeah.
A couple Emmys, Draymond. Look, I think take away the basketball side of it. I think personality-wise, the two are kind of a lot alike. They both like to chirp a lot, and they both talk a lot of trash. And I think they obviously respect one another, but they're a lot alike.
How does Draymond average 8 points and 6 rebounds in a season where there's nobody else he has to worry about sharing the ball with?
But that's not his game.
But now, they need him
to average double. That's never been his game to average double-figure points. It just hasn't. He's a complimentary, great player. He is a great role.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? No, but he will get in. He's won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know how many times he's been on the all-defensive team. He's a 3-time – you got to take that in. He's a 3-time champion. Yes, I think at some point in time he will be a Hall of Famer. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer like Charles. Charles is one of the top 20 players maybe of all time. But
who would you rather have, Draymond Green or Dennis Rodman?
Are you kidding me? Give me that worm.
Oh,
Dennis Rodman. In a heartbeat.
If you gave me Dennis Rodman with the Pistons, I'd take that all day, because that guy was.
Well, give me Dennis Rodman with the Bulls too. He was in like.
Yeah. Did he guard you?
He guarded our ball boy. He guarded everybody. He was guarding Larry Bird during that series, and Larry Legend was coaching. He was all over the place.
Dennis was a little different when he got later in his career with the Bulls, when he just would rebound and that was about it. But he had a run there where when he was with the Pistons and he was guarding, he was a pogo stick up and down the floor. And
I will also say this, because people forget about this time of Dennis Rodman, because they always just thought of the crazy hair and the whole Madonna thing. When he was with San Antonio for a couple of years, just look at the numbers. They were ridiculous when he was next to the Admiral as well. He did a lot of stuff off the court that was just like bizarre, but numbers-wise, when he was in San Antonio, it was crazy as well.
He averaged 19 rebounds one year. That's pretty good.
So ask your question again.
Yeah. No, I would take Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd take Dennis. I'll leave you with this. The most assists from one player to another since the middle of January. Which two teams?
I would say LeBron to AD.
LeBron to AD is fourth on the list.
I would say Luka to Porzingis.
Nope.
Okay, I would say...
You'll be surprised at who's won on this. You won't be surprised.
How about this? West or East Coast Conference?
East Coast for the top.
Okay, East Coast for the top would be... Giannis to Middleton.
Nope. Trae Young to John Collins.
What?
72 assists. Don't sleep on that combo. Second on the list, Lonzo Ball to Zion.
Ball. That's a short amount of time?
Yeah, Ball has assisted on 57 of Zion Williamson's field goals.
So those two pairings are 1 and 2.
Since mid-January. And then it's Markelle Fultz and and Nikola Vucevic.
Wow.
And then Ricky Rubio and DeAndre Ayton.
What? Okay, I'm just telling you all this right now. Meaningless stats right now, Theodore.
No. Have you seen Lonzo?
Meaningless.
My boy Lonzo Ball is back. He's been playing. He's been balling. Lights out.
They get that playoff spot, then they'll be back.
I don't think they're getting that, but I know. I don't think they're getting that, but they shouldn't be trying to get that. If it happens, great. Their goal is just to get to know each other this year and take inventory so they're ready to go next year. But Lonzo Ball, those alley-oops to Zion.
Okay.
All right. Just saying.
All right.
Maybe
Trae Young to who again?
John Collins.
Wow.
Okay. You need to have your stats department step up their game a little bit here.
Man, who they play for? My goodness. Where's Ernie Johnson when you need him?
Ernesto. Have fun in Milwaukee, as only you can, Reg.
Oh, you got to love Milwaukee. I'm coming.
Yeah. Thank you, Reg. Reg will be on the call, Celtics-Bucks on Thursday night.